finally time. After several months of work and even completely scrapped Super World since the release of the World Maker update, it's done. Super Yaboizap World. This Super World really is my ode to Mario Maker. I've learned so much about level design and making through my time playing this game, and I think this Super World truly reflects it. Good pacing, fun concepts, and a genuine challenge. I can't wait to share this with you all, and I hope you enjoy playing it just as much as I enjoyed making it. Enough about that, let's get started. So, this is not the first level I made for the Super World. This is actually a level I made after making the original level. I first decided I wanted to make a Super World like this when I was making, like, I think it's World 3, and I'll show you what that course is later. When I saw how that level was going, how it was, like, traditional based with, like, a little cool concept behind it, I thought, hey, why don't I make an entire Super World based on this? And then I took it and I ran with it. I tried to use as many different, like, power-ups and concepts as possible. And this is the first level, of course, so it's going to be really simple. I also hit the coin here. That's how you're supposed to get it, but you can just go over. And I fell. I don't think dying on the first level is a good sign. And there we go. 1-1. The classic is complete. Oh, and I probably should have mentioned this earlier. Each world kind of has a theme. And I think World 1 and 3 are my favorites because they are the most related to their themes. Worlds 1, 3, and 5, the odd ones. I'll show you why World 5 once we get there. But for World 1, the theme is kind of like momentum-based movement-ish. Like, I didn't want to, like, slow down or stop too much. Like, there shouldn't be much waiting in the Super World. It should just be go, go, go. One challenge to the next. And that's what this level is. This level is actually the moment I realized I wanted to embody that theme. Again, it's just like it's like a speedrun level, but with actual structure, and like you can die in it. Unlike in a regular speedrun level, you're just, oh my god. And now we're coming up on the bonus worlds. Do I want to play these for the showcase? Yeah, I'm gonna play them. If you want to play the Super World blind yourself, you can just click off the video, go play the Super World, then come back here if you get like stuck on a level or want to hear my thoughts on some stuff. But this was the original 1-1, this level here. Because I wanted to do something like weird and outlandish for the first level to like make the Super World like iconic. And I initially also had thoughts to make this multiplayer friendly, but then I realized that speedrun levels like this aren't multiplayer friendly. Like, unlike long jump lanes, this one is definitely more of a speedrun-esque level. And if you're quick with the tail whip, you can get that 30 coin down there. But yeah, it's really short. The timer isn't tight, but I didn't want to make it like super easy to the point where you'd have like 40 seconds left. And also, I hit a lot of lives in here as well. I suggest stocking up on lives in World 1 because you're probably going to need it once you get to the later levels. This is the first course I made. This was before I realized I wanted to make a Super World, and this is like the coolest level in my opinion. So yeah, the way that this level works is you have a snake block full of frozen coins, you got a Shelmet, and you want to protect it from falling. If you let the fireballs fall, you get smaller snake block. What? Oh, I lost the helmet. That's fine. You don't need it here. Now we're using bombs, you gotta knock off the thing. This part's probably arguably easier, but if you take one down here into the secret area, you get a pea balloon. You get to run around and collect all these coins. And then part 2 on this concept, now you're using the fire flower to melt the ice block. And again, I know this goes against like the momentum theme. I don't think all of the levels have to apply like a set theme to the Super World. Like, you can take some liberties. Alright. Now, my hindsight with the Fortress levels was to make it so that they were a step up in difficulty from the previous world, but not something too insane, to sort of like prepare you for the next set of challenges ahead. And this one, we got some Kaizo tech here, spin jumps, nothing too insane. Like, none of this stuff is insanely hard. But, you know, it's simple. And, oh yeah, you can spit fire here on the icebox, but you don't really have to. In fact, I think you can do that entire section without using Yoshi at all. Like, I originally designed this level, and I'm like, you can do a surprising amount of stuff here without Yoshi. That's a cool sequence too. And I think later in World 5, I'll come back to the theme of replaying levels without their key item or power-up. And now we go to the boss. Each of these bosses are custom. I wanted to make them like a little bit different. And here you're running on Cavero trying to dodge on these bosses. The trick is not to jump too much, because then you'll get stuck on the icicles. And if you lose Yoshi in the fight, you essentially lose. But you know, you only have to hit him enough to get him to the first phase. Because you know, Lemmy's an idiot. He put a POW block behind him. And he'll run into it. Watch. Watch. Every time. Every time. It works. It just does. I don't know. I kind of discovered that by accident when I was developing the boss fight. I was just like, welp. I guess how we can make the boss fight a little easier. Moving swiftly on to World 2, we've got the catsuit level. So, the entrance is this kind of similar to Koopa Caves, except instead of going in a straight line, it's a vertical level, and you fall. First part I thought was kind of easy, so like this ant trooper section you can actually like take damage on. In case you couldn't see, there's like a pipe off screen, a blue pipe that had catsuits coming out of it in case you got like soft, you took damage or something and you couldn't get back up. Because I think the hardest part about designing a level based around power-ups is you have to make the power-up accessible. But if the player takes damage at all during the challenge, they essentially can't beat it. If a player can't take damage and they're just being fed power-ups, there's no challenge in the level at all. So I tried to balance that out as much as I could. And I think this is a neat little like Galaxy-esque mechanic. You have to scratch the spike ball to get through. There's a reset door up there if you don't have a catsuit. And then you do a boss fight using the same mechanics. It's a 3-phaser, so I could, you know, like a normie, hit the spike ball back, damage him 3 times, or I could just do this. Bruh. There we go. Yeah, you can just hit it back into him and like kill him instantly. I didn't expect there to be like too many speedrun strats in this because I like to make my levels like solid. But I saw a skip like that and I'm like, I can't remove that. That's too cool of a skip if you figure that out. Now remember how I said World 2 is the 1-up farm level? This is the 1-up farm level. So this course was inspired by the 1-up rally game mode in New Super Mario Bros. DS or U or whatever the challenge modes they offer in that game aside from the main story. And I think that's a really cool thing that they should incorporate more like Mario games, like mini challenge runs that aren't required to like 100% the game. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. I'm just thinking, can I like stall up here? Beating 1-up rally without getting a single 1-up challenge. Next up we have the shell surfing level, which is another platformer based auto scroll kind of thing. But you're riding on shells. It's essentially a snake block level. But I thought it was cool you could like ride on these shells when they come out of Bill Blasters. It's like a weird mechanic in Mario Maker. I don't know why they added it. And like only with Bill Blasters. But you know, I don't care. I don't complain, you know? And then here we go, change of scenery, and now you're riding on these guys. Oh god, no, stop. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of that level. Oh, and this is another one of my favorite levels, this ghost house here. Because I wanted to make a traditional ghost house level, but with a twist. And the twist is it's unironically scary. Yeah, so if you're like playing the Super World blind, this is the part where you just go silent. You don't know what to think anymore. Because like the tone just completely shifts. Like this is out of nowhere. And I never do anything like this again. And if you like jump here, you'll notice the flash is to indicate where your next jump is. I didn't want to make the jumps blind. But yeah, now we did it. We got the key, and now we can go into the mystery house. But you know, I don't know. I just thought this mood shift was kind of funny, in a sense. So yeah, you're wandering around in a maze in the dark. I've played this a couple times, so I know the route. You don't go up here. You have to hit an on-off switch to escape. But some of them are fake. Fun. Ooga booga jump scare. My commentary is so on point. This clock mini game thing is just like a test of survival. You just run around in a circle, see how long you can last. And then that switch activates and you can escape after a certain amount of time. Oh, yep, there it is. And there you go. You're free. And now we move on to the final level of the world, which is an airship course, hinting at the theme for the next world while also providing a new challenge. So the main concept for this world is you gotta jump on the cannonballs. Nothing too crazy. I think that that might be like the hardest jump, and that one next are the two hardest jumps in the level. Again, nothing too insane yet. That is reserved for World 4. World 4 is not to be taken lightly, trust me. I have spent several attempts trying to verify those levels. It was hard. So fun fact about this section, you can't jump up here normally, and you don't have enough speed to get a running jump. What you can do is spin jump on a Koopa, and for some reason that lets you get high enough to get the 30 coin. And now, I think this is a cool section too, because instead of doing like something difficult, I wanted to give the player a little more like sense of free roam destruction. So, you know, I let them blow up the airship. All of the airships from this point out of the level are destructible. I mean, you can just run around and break them all. You don't get any reward for it. It doesn't really add to your score either. It's just fun. Just seeing like the brick blocks break is satisfying in itself. This should be what refreshing levels are. Like, this is well designed. This isn't Seizure Simulator 2020. Oh, I lost the Fire Flower. If you keep the Fire Flower, you actually can skip a decent section of the boss because you don't have to hit him twice. But yeah, Ludwig is the boss this time instead of Lemmy. I think this is a good balanced boss fight. You have to like weave around him, dodge his attacks, and stay on the lower side of the arena, but knowing that at some point you have to go up because he's just going to keep pushing you down. And when you do, you have to be quick about it, otherwise you're going to get shot by those Zappas. You can see your progress up here. Looks like we got 2 more bosses to go before the final world. Aha. You're dead. Get dusted, kid. World 2 doesn't really have a theme. I should have mentioned that earlier. World 2 is kind of themeless, and I threw a bunch of levels together for it. Just because you can't really, it's hard to do a theme with ground. Right away, you're given access to the bonus level in here, and it's a time trial run. So essentially, the way that it works is, I structured it like a popular level. Like, you know, you got the start screen, everyone's cheering you on, all the sound effects and stuff. And the goal is essentially you gotta make it to the end before the P-switch timer runs out in each room. They start easy and they get harder. Alright, something I didn't want to tell people is you can just run through these guys. There's no punishment. I didn't put like a Fire Flower check at the end of the level. Oh my god, that was actually really close. And then we got Flappy Bird here. Again, there's no penalty for taking damage. If you take damage and you can like out jump your way to the end before the piece of timer runs out, I salute you, man. And then we've got the last trial, which is a star section, because who doesn't love running through a bunch of enemies with a star? In moderation. Not done. And over-abused, like in every refreshing level ever. Next up, we have P-Balloon Skies, which is my take at a P-Balloon level, since I didn't really get to mess around with this stuff in the 3.0 update until later, because a lot of these courses were made out of order. Also, don't pay attention to the clear con. I only put the clear con in there to tell you 2 things. 1, there's no checkpoints. And 2, I'm not giving you another P-Balloon. This level's one of the shorter ones, but I think it's kind of harder because there's a lot of stuff shooting you down. And if you go fast, they don't, the piranha plants don't pop out. You don't have to worry about it too much. So yeah, just keep your wits about you. Don't go too slow. I'm gonna try going for the 50 coin up here. This is hard. This is actually hard. You gotta like bait all these guys. Oh yeah. Oh, that was actually really close. And also, I pity anyone who takes damage here. So, I forgot to mention this last time. The theme for this world, officially determined by me, is flight. So you got all the power-ups that give you a ton of airtime, let you fly around through the air. And here we have the bullet bill and propeller masks. I wanted to make a level like separate for these initially, but then I realized that kind of sucks to like separate these because they're like so similar in concept. I just thought, yeah, I'll make a level combining them. And some cool tech, more cheese that I learned and decided not to take out for like speed running. If you damage boost there and you get enough speed and you do like really precise long jumps, you can actually like go through this section a lot faster. I probably should have mentioned this earlier. A lot of my inspiration for the kind of stuff in this Super World came from Alpharad's Super World when he uploaded that. Like adding like cool little mini skips. And I always said earlier I didn't add too many. But they're not like skips in the sense of skip an entire chunk of level. There's some time saves you can do. Yeah, I'm stuck here now. I guess I better hit the switch and continue on with the level. And oh, just kidding. It's actually the end. You got tricked. You got pranked. I don't know why I included that in there. Just because I want something to like take people by surprise. Alright, moving on to 3-3. This is one of the first tentacle levels in the actual Super World. And I want it to be different from like other Link levels. Because like, you know, Link levels are standard puzzle solving, dash through a bunch of enemies. You know, I didn't want to make my Super World boring. I want to make it stand out from everyone else's. But I also wanted to play around with the Airship Night theme. And as you can see here, you can like shoot the bomb here to like keep it in the air. I wanted to play around with that a little bit. So you just gotta shoot it once and have it hit the switch. Super simple, easy. Nice little tutorial level there. Ignore the skeleton. Moving on, you now got a little timing mini game. You gotta launch the bomb into the air. And then yeah, you get all 3 key coins, you get the key. And don't worry about the door. You can still go in it even if the block's not there. And now the level begins. So that was the tutorial section. This is cool. I like this. So you can't make it over here with the Link suit. I sort of gave you a hint with the indicators here. It's like the Alpharad jump where you damage boost with the bomb, except done in 0G, and what I feel is like a 30 times more cleaner way of doing it. Fun fact, if you hold a bomb and then become SMB2 Luigi, you still hold the bomb and you can throw it. Which is like a really cool detail. And then when you combine it with this, you can like throw it. I gave indicators to show how I typically do it. There are multiple ways to do it, but you can essentially just jump up like that. And then we got stage 2 where you throw it here, kick it up, and jump on it. Oh. You're back. I should have known you'd be back. Yeah, okay. Alright, let me explain. So, yes, this is Sans. Yes, I've just killed Sans. But yeah, when I was making this, like, entrance to the castle in this level, I'm like, huh. That kind of looks like the Judgment Hall from Undertale. So I just said, what if, and hear me out on this, Sans mini-boss. But yeah, that's the first tentacle level and sort of a symbol of what's to come in the later stages. Again, nothing too insane. I wanted to keep the like traditional element alive. Not like Alpharad's levels where they just turn straight up Kaizo after a while. But yeah, now we got another power-up stage, and this time it's Morton's Caped Castle with one of, in my opinion, one of the cool boss fights. I mean, all of the boss fights in this are cool. I wanted to make custom bosses because fighting the Koopalings on their own are kind of lame. And then this is the main sort of concept of the level here, where if you slow fall, oh, I hit it twice by accident. But yeah, you're supposed to hit it forward and hit it back. Here, if you hold Z, it makes this section a lot easier, because if you hold Z, you'll actually, I'm not holding Y at all, or the A button, because you can hold A to slow fall, or you can hold Z to slow fall. And if you hold, like, holding A and dash is a lot harder than holding Z and dash. So that's why there's a Z icon there for that little tech tip. And then over here we got this little deflect the spike ball section, and then you get grabbed by the Claude. You got to come in from the side, hit it again. Oh, no. Oh no, am I stuck? I think I'm stuck. I didn't even think about taking damage from the spike ball. Wow. That's that's the second time I found like a potential forced death in one of these levels. In 1-1, I didn't show this, but in 1-1, if you actually like lose your boot somehow before you get to that eject section, you essentially have to forced restart. So I'm not gonna force restart because I have a checkpoint. Wait, can I? No. And now the boss fight begins. So I decided to use Morton's ground pound here in a creative way, in that he can launch chain chomps at you as an additional attack. But if you don't have the cape, the boss fight like gets harder because now you can't make that jump anymore. Oh my god, just took damage twice. Ugh. Okay. All right. Okay. Hi. Lives. Give me the lives. Don't. I pity anyone who dies on these end screens trying to get the lives. I think the first level in this stage is like the last true traditional level before it all just goes technical. There is a skip you can do. If you jump up right away, you can get the first cycle on the cannonball. Oh, shoot. Not like that, but the first cycle. And this level's called Banzai Bill Gorge, because you ride the Banzai Bills up the gorge. It makes sense. There are cannons here. There are coins in the middle if you're feeling brave, but I recommend sticking to the sides, since the cannonballs will clear out really fast. I tried to indicate that with the coins there. 50 coin if you're fast enough, and then you can go on the sides in the middle. And fun fact, this level here was out released before the Super World because I put it on a stream to test it. And these right here were brick blocks initially. And because, you know, vertical scrolling sucks, the guy couldn't get up here in time. And he had to super jump up here from where I am now to get up here. And it was barely enough. And I was so scared because I don't have friends to test these levels. So I was just kind of living on a prayer that hopefully that would work. And it did. And I changed the level so that that will never happen again. Alright, final bonus stage. The concept is if you hit a spike ball with a hammer, you break it. And now you're trapped in a room where you have to break the spike balls. And you can't die. Because if you take damage or lose the suit, it's essentially game over. And you can't jump either to like avoid the spike balls. You have to hammer them. Oh, what? I thought that one took damage. Okay, that's fine. I can just bob and weave during the last few seconds and I'll still win the stage. I think did I hit a... I swear I hit a 1-up here. I did. Because like, I think in the later levels I hit a 1-up in like the beginning of all the levels because I like felt bad for people who would game over. I saw that trick in like an Alfred stream once, where you would like spin jump off the side of a block, hit a wall, and then land on the thwomp as it broke the blocks. I thought that was cool, so that's the first jump. And I wish, again, like there's so many aspects of Mario Maker that I wish I could just make more bearable for like the sake of the level experience. Because like the way the dry bone shell works, riding on enemies, like the bounciness while something's moving, it's so annoying. This is the second part of the tech level. If you ground pound on these, you can launch stuff up into the air. And the reason no blocks are there because if you ground pound normally, you can't, for whatever reason, you can't break out of the dry bone shell. When you hit the ground, you play dead. I don't know why that is. Like, that's so weird. But unlike every other mechanic so far, there's actually a workaround. That's a cool jump. That's a cool segment. I can't believe I did that first try, too. And then reaction test again, because I'm, like, really mean. Oh, my God. Okay. Alright, final level here before the final boss. And World 4 Castle is, in my opinion, one of the most brutal, but also one of the really cool platforming challenges in the Super World, in my opinion. But yeah, there are some skips here. You can slide on these to like take out the pokey segments, and now the challenge is completely gone. You can also just do this. the intended strat is to go like this. Yeah, I probably should have pointed out this mechanic the first time I was here, but you can just clip through those pokies in on us, which is, I don't know why. Alright. And then the concept for here is you gotta time this, so you can drop those bill blasters. And then precision level garbage. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, you want to move when it's going up. I don't know how many people are even gonna get past this or be motivated to. All right, this is the final section, and this is the most Kaizo thing like ever. God, this is such World 4 Castle. This is. I am so excited to show this off because this is a really cool level. Behold. Boom Boom's blocky base. So yeah, it's a cannon level. I know what you're thinking. A cannon level can't be that hard, right? Yeah, that's just a sampler, bro. So the trick with this is if you flick back like that, you can shoot the thing. I'm gonna show you how it's like how you can do it. Yeah, it's like a speedrun strat there. A little skip you can do to save time. And then this is like forcing the player to do that strat, kind of. Like what I tried to use indicators here as best I could to convey that. But what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to do that, jump off, wall jump, and hit that. And also a reaction test, because it wouldn't be Super Yaboizap World late game if there wasn't a reaction test. Like, look at that. Look, just seeing the gameplay, it looks so satisfying. Then you gotta outrun this guy. And what you're supposed to do is ground pound this to escape his wrath. But fun fact, if you bait this guy out, you can get a 50 coin and skip that last section there. So the way this boss fight works is, initially I made it so that you couldn't get hit by those cat bills once. But then I decided, wow, that sucks. So I hid a cannon box in there, and you can get one extra hit. And the reason I hit it in an invisible block is because those stupid cat bills can destroy like mystery blocks, and I didn't want that to happen. But yeah, trick to this boss fight to optimizing it, I'd say, is you gotta shoot like multiple bullets in there while it's on the one cycle. And yeah, that's it. You did it. You beat him. You beat Boom Boom. Or did you? No, just kidding, you did. Despite World 4 not really having a theme, I think it turned out pretty well, looking back at it, because I was initially like not happy with what I did on this when I first made these levels, because they seemed so random and put together, but looking back on it, I think the Super World's alright. And now we have my version of Champions Road. I actually drew a lot of inspiration from classic Mario games now that I think about it, like Galaxy with the Spike boss fight in 1-2, and 3D World with the Champions Road-esque stuff in the final level, which I'll show later. But yeah, enough of Luigi schmoovin'. Let's move on to the first one of these challenges, and what I like to call the Powerless series. So remember way back in the beginning when I said that it would be a cool concept if you had to replay levels without their iconic power-up? Well, that's what I did. I took these levels from the beginning of the Super World, I remixed them, I made them harder, and I also removed all power-ups. I kept the checkpoint, though, because I'm not a sadist. Yeah, there's nothing here. You can use the technique I showed earlier, just skip this. Because I wanted to create something that felt fair. I didn't want to create something that felt like Mario Maker. I wanted to create something that felt like a game. Because Mario Maker difficulty is weird. I got this really cool sense of like progression when like playing Nintendo's levels. Like 3D World bonus content, that was just so good. And looking back on this, I think this is everything I like secretly wanted. So if anyone who like shares my design philosophies enjoyed the Super World, thank you so much. God. A new concept here with the spike balls. If you bring the spring up here, you can deflect the spike ball into the wall. And this is how the boss fight's possible without the Katsu. I don't think the skip is possible anymore, unless you're like little curbs that can somehow throw that spring up there. But yeah, you're supposed to guide the spring under the spike ball to deflect it. You only have to beat one of these to unlock the final level. And let me at least show off this one, because I gave you like a choice. I felt it was like too unfair to require you to complete both of these. This course is actually like really hard to beat without power-ups. Oh god, that one fireball was scaring me. Another thing I noticed in most Super Worlds is you don't really see like many courses being like remade or remixed or repurposed. Like, I think a Super World is a great place to like incur like self-illusions or self-nods. Because like in a normal Mario Maker setting, you never get a chance to like show off one of your own levels and like reference to it, because half the people who'd play your level probably would not have played your first one and not even have gotten the reference. So like, you know, what's the point? But in a Super World, they have to get the reference. Unless they have like dementia or something, because they were just playing that part of your level. This Super World is gonna break some people. Man, if you're not prepared, like mentally, you'll just think this is another traditional Super World. You'll blow it off, and then the difficulty scaling will get you. Make that. Speedrun, 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 speedrun. Fuck. That. What in the world? That's the third time I found another soft lock in one of these levels. What is going on? Okay, you know what? We're moving on. It's time. Are you all ready? Final level of Super Yaboizap World. The grand finale. So what I did for this is I incorporated every aspect of every world, meshed them all, merged them together into one level, and then you know, in traditional Champions Road style, there are no checkpoints. They're remixed, they're harder than before, and they're coming to get you. No way I beat this level first try though, right? Like that would truly come full circle in like the Alpharad universe of this level being inspired by this world being inspired by Alpharad, and then first trying it. Yeah, also, don't try to swim in the poison because of the saws. Here, you cannot cheese the level. Do not try to cheese the level. You cannot do it. Okay, this is the hardest part, I think. For that exact reason. Damn it.
2,000 years later.
Okay. Oh my gosh, that was so close. We did it! And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Super Yaboizap World. Maker IDs in the description. You know what to do. Go down there, play the Super World, and if you haven't played it before watching this video, what are you doing? I just spoiled the entire world for you. Play it anyway. Challenge yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments. Ugh, God. I'll see all you beautiful people later.